Joining me now from New York is Fox News commentator Joe Concha. Joe, very good evening to you. It's another day, another dollar for the lawyers, I guess. But what's been actually happening and why is he in court today?
He's in court today, Mike, because it's a fraud trial happening in New York. You have the attorney general there who ran on being attorney general in New York, basically on the premise of getting Donald Trump. Even before any official investigation was launched into anything, she said, elect me and I'll get Donald Trump. And now we're seeing that come to fruition as far as her charge that he overvalued his properties, including Mar-a-Lago, which she says is only worth $18 million. That's in Palm Beach, Florida, one of the most expensive zip codes in the entire country. I would say the tennis court at Mar-a-Lago was probably worth $18 million. Yeah. Mar-a-Lago itself is estimated to be worth more than $100 million. So her case seems very flimsy at best. And today we saw a tax expert, his name is Eli Bartoff, a local professor at one of the universities in New York, saying that he thinks that Donald Trump did absolutely nothing wrong as far as these valuations are concerned. But it seems to be a fixed fight at this point. I'm not sure it'll matter very much.
Yeah, no, exactly right. So we were hearing from witnesses on behalf of Donald Trump tonight.
That's correct, yes, yeah. Including that tax expert who said these kind of valuations really have a lot of flexibility, a lot of wiggle room. It's not something that necessarily you could point to and say, it should be this exact dollar amount. It's a very subjective thing, real estate. So when you have a judge, however, that absolutely seems to have a real disdain for Donald Trump, when you think of the fact that Donald Trump maybe got 12% of the vote in Manhattan, in New York, so therefore it's not exactly a friendly place towards him being so liberal, and the attorney general, again, saying that she was out to get Trump. This just seems to be so weaponized at this point. And all you know is now is that Donald Trump's numbers keep going up every time he's in court because people see this for what it is.
Well, exactly right. And I'd be amazed if it is successful. We've got a couple of other things going on. Just very quickly, Joe. We've got Lord Cameron, David Cameron, former Prime Minister, over in the US visiting with Anthony Blinken. There's a lot of noise and fury around money for Ukraine, it would seem, at the moment, around whether Joe Biden convinces the country that we should continue, as America, giving more money. What's going on with that?
Well, we have the U.S. Congress, and that's controlled by the Republican Party, the party that opposes Biden. And they want to tie border security here in the U.S., where we have a significant humanitarian and national security crisis with thousands of people crossing across the U.S. southern border on a daily basis. We've already had millions enter this country illegally. We don't know who they are or if they're terrorists, for that matter. So the Republicans are saying, OK, if we're going to send billions of dollars to Ukraine so they can protect their borders, then we need to also tie that to billions more going towards border security in our own country. Obviously, this was something that Republicans agreed on, but Joe Biden and Democrats in the Senate do not. So now we are at a standstill as far as foreign aid going over to Ukraine, where, again, we don't know where exactly that money is going. Is it going towards totally the war? And what's going on with the war, by the way? Russia is stuck. Ukraine is stuck. It is a stalemate. Russia can't get to Kyiv. And now we don't know if there's any end game in sight around this. We could be talking about this 10 years from now, about Russia and Ukraine and the war still going on, and the U.S. and Britain still putting money into that war.
Exactly. Joe, listen, great to talk to you. We've got to run. Thank you very much indeed. Joe Concha of Fox News, New York.